All right, welcome back. What you just saw was a trailer for a feature film I shot last year that I wrote, produced, was also an actor in. It's going to be premiering this weekend globally at the Asian Film Center Film Festival in West Bengal, India. So I'm not going to get to see it because I'm broke as hell, so I can't fly out there to see it. But hopefully the people in India check it out and they love it. Like I'm really excited about it. Rashid Stevens, he's another comedian. He you guys know him. He directed the movie. I wrote it, produced. It was a really fun time, and it's cool. Like a year later, because this week last year we shot the movie, so it's pretty dope to find out like it's in this big international film festival. So it's like hard work, paid off. Hopefully it's dope. Hopefully we can do something with it. A lot of people that were part of the movie are already doing cool stuff. Like if you're a Shameless fan, this new season 8. One of the little boys in our film is playing Liam in the new season of Shameless on Showtime. So like I'm a little jealous. Like I've been seeing pictures of him on the Warner Brothers lot, chilling and having fun. So I'm just like, hey, he's doing his thing, and he was in my movie. So yeah, it was dope, cool experience. Hopefully one day you guys can see it too. We'll figure that out. But how are you guys doing? What's up? How are y'all?
Good, man.
I'm not doing released a movie in Asia good.
Yeah,
I'm doing all right.
I mean, yeah, I'm not like film festival good, but
I mean, after that, it's not like I got this show at Sal's.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention anything that I'm doing after that. But I'm doing well. I'm doing vaguely well.
anything you say just seems like hail and bears.
But Mazel Tov, that sounds cool.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
that's
much.
super
Appreciate
cool.
it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
We're gonna have to work on something.
Yeah,
together
well,
one
of
these
course.
days. We're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all know these guys, Eric Abbenante, Chaz Carter. They're not special guests. They're regulars now. Y'all are like the niggas that come over all the time, and your mom's just kind of like, okay, it's 5 days in a row. Tell them to go home. That's these two guys, man. We're just glad to have you guys back. Yeah, no special guests this week. We're just gonna have fun and discuss some things. I wanted to throw the trailer out there so you guys can check that out. What I wanted to talk about today was this term white famous, because we were just talking about Showtime. There's a new show on Showtime called White Famous. You've seen the pilot, right?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Have you seen the show yet?
No, I saw the trailer. That was the show. I know. I don't have Showtime.
Neither do I. Figure it out.
Oh, I mean,
The pilot's on
yeah.
YouTube though. The pilot is on
Is it
YouTube.
on YouTube? All right, I can
Showtime
check it
on
out.
YouTube.
The trailer looks very funny.
Yeah, it's a hilarious show. It stars Jay Farrow. I think the concept was kind of created by Jamie Foxx, and the whole thing is kind of like this concept of Jay Farrow's playing this comedian who, like us, does stand up at these different places and clubs and bars and all this kind of stuff. And so he's so talented, they want him to make this transition to being in the mainstream on movies and TV and all this kind of stuff. But he has to do things that he might not necessarily want to do. And basically his agent is telling him he wants him to be white famous so they can get this money. And so it's a funny term, but it's not a made-up thing. Being white famous is a real thing.
Yeah.
We as black people, we can think of a lot of black artists and comedians and actors, whatever, that we've seen be so popular, kind of like on the underground black level, and then they do this one project, and then they're on the mainstream with, they're white famous now. So we've seen that a lot with the actors that started off in like Spike Lee's movies and stuff like that. Now they're global superstars. They're the same way. I feel like Tyler Perry kind of did that too. Like a lot of black actors started off in his stuff. So what do you guys kind of think about this whole concept of like people of color who make film and do comedy and write and do these things have to kind of make their art in a way where it's consumable by the white majority? How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I guess let me ask you two first of all. What is it like to have black art, and then that's its own thing, and then what's considered the mainstream is pretty much white art, and that's another thing. What is it like to kind of pragmatically understand these two can be separate? Does it affect how you create art? I'm obviously coming from a different point where a lot of my stuff would be considered mainstream. So,
right.
What is it like for you two, in that sense?
It's weird because it's like when I write jokes, sometimes I not only being black or you know, of color, but also being gay, I oftentimes struggle with like writing material and then not like hoping to not think about or obsess about whether or not this is going to be palatable to the mainstream. I definitely have written jokes where I felt were more geared or pandered to a white audience because I felt like if I just made these jokes strictly about the black experience, that I was afraid of like isolating them and stuff like that. Does affect the way you approach your material sometimes, but I think if you let it, I've gotten to a place where I just don't even care anymore in terms of like like I don't want to do that anymore. Because I feel like ever since I stopped thinking that way and stopped kind of writing my material geared that way to be more palatable to a main white audience, I feel like I've just gotten better and funnier as a comedian because I no longer allow myself to be, I don't allow my creative process to be guided by the idea of having to pander to this crowd. It's like they're either going to like me or they're not.
Yeah.
Like this is
Okay.
just the way it is.